Favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So at this time, I'd like to bring up Superintendent Leaders. Superintendent Leaders. I met Superintendent Leaders, it's been 42 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And of course, I was the personnel director, and my job was to hire the staff. I probably told the story before, and of course, when I called Colonel Leaders' house, he was not there, and his wife was there, but she assured me she would bring him to the appointment so he could be interviewed to begin working at the adult detention center. She had you on time, too. You were on time. Yes, yes. He has had just a phenomenal career. He had the opportunity to do things in this business that a lot of people do not have the opportunity to do. He had an opportunity to work at the adult detention center when we first opened, to help open the facility. He also was here when we had temporary facilities out in Haymarket. We participated in that. He was here when we opened the Marsden building. He was part of phase 1 when we built. He's been phase 2. So he's been through all of that. He started out as a correction officer and went all the way through the ranks to be the superintendent. Right. And I'll tell you, he worked for me for some of those years, and I'll tell you, he was just an outstanding employee. He went, like I say, all through every rank, held every rank, and did an outstanding job. But it's something else that he did that a lot of people don't get an opportunity to do, to work in this business for 42 years. So you certainly accomplished a lot. And not only am I proud to have worked with him, but I'm proud to call him my friend. Now, I remember one day that he and Captain Webb used to go up in the gym and play basketball, after work. And he used to take the chaplain with him. The chaplain's a little guy. He's about 5'4", 5'5". And they invited me to come up after several invitations, and I decided to go up and play basketball with them. I made a mistake because Captain Webb and Pete Miletus didn't play basketball. They beat you up. And they just about foul you every time they had an opportunity. And I asked the chaplain, I said, "Why do you play basketball with you guys?" He said, "Well, I like them." I said, "Well, I don't like them. I'm not going to play basketball with them anymore." But, and they couldn't shoot the ball. They just wanted to go up and exercise. And
I think we won that.
I think the chaplain was my partner, right? And we lost that match. We lost the fight. That's what we did. But he's just an outstanding person, and I've enjoyed working with him for the last 42 years. And I just wish so much joy and happiness in your retirement. And I have a plaque that I'm going to give you from the jail board. All right. The Prince William-Manassas Regional Adult Detention Center Jail Board honors Superintendent Colonel Pete A. Miletus. Thank you for your 16 years of dedicated service as the superintendent of the Adult Detention Center. The jail board wishes you well and congratulations on your retirement. February the 23rd, 2008 through October 1st, 2024.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Appreciate it, man. All right, now I'll give you, let's see, we normally give what, 3 minutes for comment?
I think
All right, I'll give you 3
3
minutes.
minutes comment time.
All right.
Thank you, Sheriff. It's hard to believe 42 years have gone by so quick, and we're looking forward to retirement, my wife and I, and we have 7 grandchildren. You all come to the celebration. I'm sure there'll be a couple of them there too. But I have enjoyed the job here, and I was telling my wife that I can't really remember driving to work and having a bad feeling about coming to work. I really did, and it was such a great place to work for. The senior staff I work with are outstanding. We all work together to get it done, and certainly both sworn staff and civilian staff keep this place, it's public safety first, and help each other out as a team and get the job done. It made my job easy, that's for sure. I really enjoyed it. As you all know, I had a bad car accident in February 18th, and I was thinking about beforehand retiring in 2025, but it was a pretty bad accident. I had a concussion, ended up in a back, I had a bad back anyhow, but it made it a little worse. So I ended up in Mary Washington Hospital for about 11 days, and took many months to recuperate. My wife did a great job taking care of me and so forth. But I thought it was right, now was the time. And the Adult Detention Center will move forward. We got excellent people that are in good places for the responsibilities and so forth. So I'm proud of all of y'all. And I want to thank the jail board too for putting me forward for the job to go up to superintendent. And I want to thank you all for the support. I like talking to you all. It's a friendly environment, and I enjoy it. So thank you for everything. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Now, one last thing, doesn't have to do with work, but my son works for the sheriff, and he has a little 3-year-old that is named Ethan. I'm pretty sure he's going to be at the party we're having and on the 1st, so forth. Not on the 1st, the 10th. And he's just like his dad too when he was at age, sheriff. I'm sorry to tell you.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
As you all know, there will be another celebration for Colonel Manassas on Friday. It beginning at 1 o'clock at the Manassas Rescue Squad. Yeah, right.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sheriff. Thanks for everything.
Okay, man.
I appreciate it.
Good.
All right.
See you Friday.
And we got to talk about the Redskins.
We will.
Y'all take care.
See you, Frank. Take care.
All right. Take care.
All right. Major Hurlock, Superintendent's report.
Good evening. We'll start on page 15. ADC complex average inmate daily population is 871. Excuse me. Operational capacity is 871. Management capacity is 1320. The average daily population for FY25 for the first 2 months is 554. You come down to inmates transferred to the state system. July 24, we had 9. August, we had 7. Commitments we had in July was 629. August, we had 661. Releases, we had 654 in July, 639 in August. Processes only, we had 58 in July, 72 in August. Go over to page 16. For the month of July, the high ADP was 568, which was July 14th. The next page is August. Complex average daily population was 586, and that was on the 26th of August. So we go over to page 19. Number 1 is implementing additional strategies to increase recruitment at the Adult Detention Center. Listed the areas that we advertise in. Number 2 is Prison Rape Elimination Act. We had 2 harassment complaints. This was inmate to inmate. Number 3 is career development. We had mandatory in-service training for 95 staff. We had mandatory PREA training for 325 staff. Cultural diversity training, we had 83 staff. Crisis intervention training, we had 4 staff that graduated. We will also have graduation from our academy on October 11th at 11 a.m. We have 15 students, I think it was. Number 4 is ongoing pipe repairs. The pipe project has been completed. There was delay in finishing the renovation of the old laundry room. The estimated time for the old laundry room completion is September 30th. For participation with evidence-based decision-making, since October 19th of 21, we've given out 831 boxes of Narcan. We currently have 110 inmates on medicated assisted treatment. A couple other things we have. On September 14th, the ADC had a team enter the Dulles plane pull for Special Olympics. They pulled a FedEx plane 12 feet in 6.8 seconds. We had 25 people on the team, which is the maximum competition team. They placed second of all the departments, agencies, and companies that were there. As the sheriff said, the current luncheon is on Friday at 1 o'clock at the rescue squad, same place we have academy graduation. That's all I have. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Do we not keep any more statistics on COVID and situation?
If we have any, we keep it, the numbers, but we don't publish the numbers out.
Oh, what I mean is that the jail board, I noticed that last meeting, there was nothing about COVID, and this meeting is nothing about COVID. That means that there's no cases in.
We have no cases in the building.
Okay. It's just that, I thought that it was an intentional decision not to continue putting
If we
those
have,
statistics in.
if we have an outbreak of COVID, it will go back on here, but we don't
Okay.
have any.
I would just say thank you for participating in the plane pull. That raises money for the Special Olympics. And I want to say coming in second is a big deal. I think Culpeper wins every year. Did they win this year?
Chesapeake.
Who is it?
Chesapeake Sheriff.
Chesapeake Sheriffs, right? And they win did they win this year?
They did.
So they actually practice doing a plane pull, so they're really hard to beat. And most of them are in excess, I understand, of 300 pounds.
They're very
They
big.
train.
Big
Very
team,
good.
very effective at pulling
So
planes.
Get them next year.
we had, we pulled 6.8 seconds,
That's
and
awesome.
they were 5.9 seconds.
Yeah, that is-
So
Wow.
they beat us by less than a second.
But still, that's, and the money goes for a great cause, so thank you guys for putting together a team and doing that. Good deal.
You mentioned the graduation coming up for the next class, right?
Yes,
Okay.
on the
How
11th.
many students in that class?
15.
15. Any questions again for the superintendent? Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll move on to our budget update.
Sure. Good evening. If y'all want to flip to page 29, that starts my section. So we're 2 months into the current fiscal year, and we are on target to meet or even exceed budgeted revenue targets by about $1 million, just due to some additional state compensation revenue that's slated to be slightly higher than we expected when we built the budget. The City of Manassas utilization rate year-to-date as of August 31st came in at 11.2%. We did budget at a 13.5% rate, so we will most likely be giving a refund to the City of Manassas this year, depending on how the rest of the year plays out there. On the expenditure side, in operating expenditures, Our actual spends for the 2-month period represents 14% of the total budget. And that is slightly lower than the 16.7% of the fiscal year that passed at that point. So we have reasonable spending pace for the year, which is what I look for at this stage in the game. On the billing side, we billed ICE 12 days of inmate days in July for them in the month of August. So that bill's pretty high. That's an atypical number of days. We typically bill anywhere from 1 to 4, so 12 is pretty high. We do have one upcoming Board of County Supervisors agenda item. It is currently with county legal, but we are looking at a lease agreement for a building now over off of West Street. It's called the Piedmont Building. The old police building is sitting in Manassas. The city decided not to lease that building out, so we are pursuing a lease with them instead for our training space, as well as to house our Office of Professional Standards that are currently in our annex building. As I mentioned before in previous meetings, that building is scheduled to be demolished with the phase 1 of the judicial expansion project. So that is why we are forward looking and trying to work that lease out. So as soon as we get it back from county legal, we'll have to put it through Sharon again, just to peruse their comments, get those changes made, and then we should be able to pursue the agenda item with the Board of County Supervisors and get into that building. On the commissary side, I've given you a look at what we've paid out of commissary funding through August 31st. Keep in mind, there's typically a 1-month lag in what we pay out of there, so this really represents only really July expenses, which came in at about $84,000 there. And just there's no items to note within that SOP range of $2,500 to $4,000. But I did want to mention a couple of items that we did purchase out of there this month, to include 1 hospital bed, and you'll see that in the medical equipment line. And then we had the MAP program spend $9,100 on the first July 2024 billing for that program, as we continue to see people participate in that. Also noteworthy on the commissary side, and Sharon and I actually had a call today just to discuss some statutory changes. There was a bill that came through effective July 1, just to change some of the nomenclature in the code or surrounding the use of canteen or commissary funding. So I just wanted to bring that to the board's attention. We do not believe that we were wondering, because they took out the explicit term of indigent supplies, that we would not be able to fund that out of commissary to continue, but we do believe that we have basis to do that. So there, as of right now, we don't believe that any of the things that we are currently spending out of those funds fall outside of the scope of the new statutory requirements, but I just wanted to bring that up. And then just to close out on the commissary cash balances, we ended August at just under 2.1 million. Not much movement in those, the total funding balance there, or the total cash balance. And then on the inmate trust account side, we currently have $51,466 in those accounts, and they utilized $66,000 worth of funding in the month of August. So that is just reflected in those numbers. Happy to answer any questions one might have on that. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, we will discuss proposed amendments of the jail board bylaws. Matilda.
Yes, sir, thank you. You have at your place, Ms. Jensen has provided you the current bylaws, and then she attached or placed behind them the actual changes we're asking you to consider. As I noted at the beginning, the statute has changed. The General Assembly now allows someone who is not well or is a caregiver for someone who is not well, and I use that generally because I'll give you exact definitions, to participate remotely, but to count towards the quorum. And sometimes some governing bodies have a problem making quorum. And so it is helpful if people who are participating remotely can be used to help make the quorum. So you will see the proposed changes. These are all consistent with what state law was amended to state as of July 1st, relating to the indication of people participating remotely. You'll see these on, this is the red type, who are either have a medical condition or a permanent disability or are caregiver for someone who is person with a disability at the time of the public meeting. I have, in addition, the board has to record the minutes that the person is participating remotely. We've been doing that anyway. I have at the bottom used the statutory language. I put it in there because I didn't think that you all wanted to go look to the state code section each time. Former Delegate Guzman might well look right away, but I figure for the rest of you all, it was an easy reference to include those definitions as to what constitutes a disability of either the member or the person for whom the member is a caregiver. Then I mentioned, if you look on page 4, also in red, that the nature of the emergency, the fact the meeting was held by electronic communications, and the type of electronic communications is stated in the minutes. That's when there are meetings during a state of emergency. That's just cleanup language. And as I noted, the person participating remotely with a medical condition or being a caregiver, person with a medical condition, now counts towards the quorum. So I would ask that in order for us to be consistent with state law, that the board consider those amendments and a motion to approve.
In a motion to approve, Ms. Kendak proposed amendments to jail board bylaws.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Please call the roll, please.
Ms. Ashworth?
Yes.
Mr. Austin?
Yes.
Reverend Bailey?
Yes.
Ms. Guzman?
Yes.
Sheriff Hill?
Yes.
Captain Marks?
Yes.
Chief Newsham?
Yes.
Ms. Schwartz?
Yes.
Mr. Torres?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, board.
Thank you, Ms. Van Dyke. I'm going to come back to you, Ms. Van Dyke, to ask you if you please introduce a motion for our closed meeting.
I would. The motion would be for going into closed session to consult with legal counsel pertaining to actual or probable litigation, in this case, actual litigation, where consultation, briefing, and open meeting would adversely affect the negotiating or litigating posture of the public body and legal matters related thereto. The case is Mustafa N. Al-Jazari versus Colonel Peter A. Miletus et al. And I give you the federal court site and pursuant to Virginia Code sections 2.2-3711A7 and 8. And I'll need a motion on that and a roll call vote.
Yes. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Please call the roll.
Ms. Ashworth?
Yes.
Mr. Austin?
Yes.
Reverend Bailey?
Yes.
Ms. Guzman? Yes. Sheriff Hill?
Yes.
Captain Marks?
Yes.
Chief Newsham?
Yes.
Ms. Schwartz?
Yes.
Mr. Torres?
Yes.
Thank you.
I bring gifts. Sort of.
Bring
Ms. Pendak, could you,
Yes, sir. Motion to certify?
yes, please.
We need a motion from the jail board to certify that you only talked about that matter that properly went into closed meeting.
So moved.
Second.
We got
And then
the
we need a,
disaster.
we need a roll call vote.
Yes. Any questions?
Ms. Ashworth,
Yes.
Mr. Austin,
Yes.
Reverend Bailey,
Yes.
Ms. Guzman,
Yes.
Sheriff Hill,
Yes.
Captain Marks,
Yes.
Chief Newsham,
Yes.
Ms. Schwartz,
Yes.
Mr. Torres.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, we have jail board comments, and I'll start at that end and come this way.
Nothing. I'm glad to be back and congratulations to Chief Newsham. There was a case ongoing in a district that I represent for many years in Knoxville where they found the person who killed one of my constituents. So was happy to read it last night and I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
No comment at this time. Good evening.
The only comment that I'm gonna make is that September 15th through October 15th is Hispanic Heritage Month. And I encourage everybody to attend any celebration that you may have your own, or attend any celebration that celebrates the contributions of Hispanics to our nation in so many different ways. Or at least go to a Hispanic restaurant and enjoy our culture through your food.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Austin?
Well, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so there'll be a lot of activities, so just be on the lookout. I know ACTS is doing a number of events, but other than that, that's all.
Thank you. Captain?
Nothing for the group.
Chief?
No, sir.
All right. I did meet with human personnel department concerning the hiring of the superintendent. I have spoken with the company that they hired several times. They have sent out basically a draft of the advertisement, and I appointed Reverend Bailey's on the committee, Steve Austin and Ms. Clymer, and I've already received responses back from Steve and Ms. Clymer about the advertisement ad.
I can't find the email.
You can't.
Did it come from you or did
It came from my secretary. She sent it to you.
Yeah, I searched.
All right. I will make sure you get another copy of it tomorrow morning, and please review it and get back to me with
Could
your
you send it to me
comments.
tonight? I'm just kidding.
All right, and then we can do that, and hopefully we can get that final draft to the consultant who's working on the draft. Hopefully, we'd like to wrap this up by the end of the year. We hopefully get that done, but everything's going fine with that. So, I'd like to see as many people as possible at Colonel Melina's farewell luncheon on Friday. Looking forward to it. All right. Thank you. All right. Any questions about anything else? Anything about anything else?
Did you skip me because I didn't respond to your email?
He didn't make a comment there.
Ron Bailey, I'm just glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here too.
Thank you, sir.
It's good.
All right. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
He's still not gonna let you comment.
Second, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your rest of your
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was really hard. I didn't see the email.
They get buried.
No, Friday, because it's
19th.
tomorrow.
19th.
I got it. I
Should.
have it